My ex broke up with me 2 months ago, but is still watching my Instagram stories like it's the latest breaking news. Why? Does it mean that they want to get back with me, or are they just playing mind games? Should you block or unfollow your ex on social media in order to move on, or does blocking them make you look immature or like the breakup has affected you? Signed, Haunted. I mean, you can never show weakness. Never show weakness. Danny.
I just love the idea of like, I'd hate for my ex to think this breakup has affected me in any way. Why? Are you hoping they'll think well of you? They just broke up with you. They're not going to think well of you. You have nothing to lose. Like,
do you ever notice with people when they've broken up with, like I've seen it with so many friends where there's been a big breakup and there's such an increase in Instagram story content that has the energy of, I'm living my best life. And it's so clearly directed at someone that hasn't been unfriended yet. Like, you can feel it. Sometimes I know that people have broken up only because of how many stories they're doing.
it's like when you hear half of a really animated conversation, but there's no one else there, and you're like, oh, this is not nearly as good as I thought it was.
I'm traveling with the girls, time of my life. And you're like, this is a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think? Do you block
Block your
people?
ex if it's bothering you to see them watch your stories.
Do you need to tell them that you're blocking them and it's like, it's not because I hate you, or do you just not need to have that
There's no
conversation?
law that says you have to.
God, Danny is such a bad boy. There's no law that says you have to.
Well.
Yeah.
Yeah, just don't do things that make you feel bad. Resign from the, don't be president of the Stop Hitting Yourself Club. You know what I'm saying? Don't
Yeah.
hit yourself.
Vanessa, what are your thoughts on this?
If you're consumed by thinking about this stuff, I always am like, you've got to block them. Outside of the therapeutic space with my friends generally, like, what are you doing? Block. But I also know that people come to that response in their own time. No one wants to really hear it, or they hear it, they don't listen.
Ness, can I just jump in just so quickly and just suggest what I call the dignity mute? Which is where if you don't want them to know that you are affected by them, you just mute their account and you don't see it, but they don't know. And so you're just not seeing their stuff. They're not turning up in your feed.
There's nothing wrong with a block, though. Like, a block is like, I just need...
That's a good message to get. William, what about you? Are you big on the socials, or are you a little bit like, I'd rather not deal with it?
No, I post on the Insta.
Yeah.
But I put a
Another bad boy, I see.
I put a story up in a winery today. But I don't look at who's looking. I mean, I think if you're bothered about this sort of thing, you need to have a few more things to do during the day. To be honest.
I'll be sure to tell my friend.
But the.
I've been in an online relationship for 5 years. Now he wants to come and visit. Help. What's your initial reaction?
Yeah, let them visit, and then when they arrive, just hide.
Yeah, I think maybe being soft with yourself, and even saying that you feel a bit overwhelmed, and it's been, start from how you're actually feeling and sharing from that place, and allowing your partner to meet you there.
It can be difficult too, I think, if one of you has felt like we've been in an online relationship for 5 years and that's how things ought to stay, and someone else feels like we've been dating for 5 years and we haven't met. How much longer can this stand? It's sort of like when my wife and I were first getting to know one another, we walked into a cafe, and at the same time, but in exact opposite tones of voice, we both said, "Oh, live music." And in that moment, I realized she likes live music. And I don't. And so if one of you feels like, yes, online, let's only be online, and the other one's like, my God, 5 years, I can't do another minute without seeing your face, that's difficult. You have to either say, we can only go be online together, or block them.
And I would also just add to that 5 years has a weight to it of an expectation and a pressure, and you are allowed to set a boundary whenever you fucking want. So you can do it because you've been dating 3 weeks online, and you can do it if you've been dating 5 years online. If you don't want to meet and be with someone, like, you don't owe anyone anything, except maybe like a respectful letting them know that it's not going to happen, but you don't have to see someone.
You walked that back so fast.
I did a bit, sorry.
But isn't that, this is what Facebook's for, isn't it? So old school friends can contact you, but not actually contact you. That's the beauty of it. You can kind of, and it's very embarrassing. People say, oh, we messaged on Facebook. I can't, let's meet up. You go, no, that's the whole point. You don't meet up. I can
This
be
is
friendly
enough.
with you because it's Facebook. I don't want to see you in the flesh.
Yeah.